festivals and festivals all over the world. I invite you to the stream of happy festivals. Welcome once again to News Analysis. News Analysis, a weekly magazine on current affairs. To begin with the main points in a nutshell. US aiding Somalia in its plan to retake its capital. Unity elusive as Iraq grabs trappings of democracy. Blackwater, Iraq allegations prompt US review. Philippine troops killed in rebel ambush. Japan's princess Aiko bullied at school. Fiji jails 8 over plot to kill Bainimarama. And the news in detail. US aiding Somalia in its plan to retake its capital. The Somali government is preparing a major offensive to take back this capital block by block, and it takes just to listen to the low growl of a small surveillance plane circling the night sky overhead to know who is surreptitiously backing that effort. It is the Americans, said General Mohammed Ghali Kahir, the new chief of Somalia's military, who said the recently shared plans about coming military operations with American advisors. They are helping us. That American assistance could be crucial to the effort by Somalia's government to finally reassert its control over the capital and bring semblance of order to a country that has been steeped in anarchy for 2 decades. For the Americans, it's part of a counter-terrorism strategy to deny a haven to Al-Qaeda, which has found sanctuary for years in Somalia's chaos and helped turn this country into a magnet for jihadists from around the world. The United States is increasingly concerned about the link between Somalia and Yemen, a growing extremist hotspot, with fighters going back and forth across the Red Sea in what one Somali watcher described as an Al-Qaeda exchange program. But it seems there has been a genuine shift in Somali policy too. The Americans have absorbed a Somali truth that eluded them for nearly 20 years. If Somalia is going to be stabilized, it's going to take Somalis. Unity elusive as Iraq grabs trappings of democracy. Gloomily Kyle Sharara peered through his barber shop at a collage of posters in Firdaus Square, where a statue of Saddam Hussein once presided and the vocabulary of democracy now prevails. Nationalists applauded unity and former insurgents swore their fight was behind them. One poster spotted an unlikely portrait of an unveiled woman in gold jewelry and lipstick running as a candidate for the country's most ardently religious party. It's true we have freedom, Mr. Sharara said, but do we have beyond it? What is the law? What is the state? Where is a sense of citizenship? Mr. Sharara's question resonates. Iraq heads towards elections on Sunday, perhaps its most decisive moment since Mr. Hussein's statue was toppled in Firdaus Square in 2003. Under American charge, an indisputable political culture has risen along the banks of Tigris River, unparalleled in the rest of the Arab world. But elections often exacerbate rather than bridge divisions. And the United States military withdraws this year. Iraqis have begun to ask whether their state, divided, feeble and corrupt, can navigate that voice results in the country. Still plagued by the mysteries of war and legacy of Mr. Hussein's rule and a calculus that exacerbates the victors claiming the spoils of the vanquished. Blackwater, Iraq allegations prompt U.S. review. U.S. Defense Secretary Robert Gates is to review allegations of misconduct in Afghanistan by the security company formerly known as Blackwater. The review comes a day after leading Democrats said the Pentagon should consider barring it from applying for a contract to train Afghan police. The Pentagon said it could not bar the company from applying for a $1 million police training contract. A spokesman for the company, now called Key, said it welcomed the review. A spokesman from the company, Mark Corello, said Key has been an excellent record of training security personnel in Afghanistan. However, in a letter to Mr. Gates at the end of February, Senate Armed Services Committee Chairman Carl Levin cited allegations of misconduct against the firm made before the committee. He said there was evidence of misconduct in a previous subcontract awarded to Blackwater affiliate to conduct weapons training for the Afghan National Army. Pentagon spokesman Geoff Morrell said Mr. Gates' response he is looking into and he takes it seriously. He shares Mr. Levin's concerns. But he said it was not possible to bar the company without following strict regulations. Philippine troops killed in rebel ambush. A rebel ambush on Philippines Army patrols South Manila has killed 11 soldiers, a military spokesman said. A reconnaissance platoon was ambushed by about 60 guerrillas while on patrol outside Mansley Township on Mindoro Island, a statement said. The troops had been sent to the area to stop communist rebels of the New People's Army extorting money from candidates ahead of May's elections. It was the Army's biggest death toll in battles with the rebels this year. Japan's Princess Aiko bullied at school. Japan's Princess Aiko has been off school since early this week after complaining of being bullied, a royal household official has said. The Princess 8 had come home from school in a state of anxiety and saying she had stomach pains, he said. It is found that and other students in her class had been treated harshly by boys in another class, he added. Princess Aiko, daughter of Crown Prince Naruhito, and Princess Masako attends Gukukshin Primary School in Tokyo. The royal spokesman Lissei Nomura did not give details of when Princess, who is a granddaughter of Emperor Akito, was expected to return to lessons. Fiji jails 8 over plot to kill Bainimarama. Fiji has jailed 8 men for between 3 and 7 years for attempting to kill the country's military leader, Commodore Frank Bainimarama, in 2007. Sentencing the men, Justice Paul Madigan said the men's plot succeeded. Consequences for Pacific Island were unthinkable. But critics have said the men did not have a fair hearing in the court. Commodore Bainimarama seized power in Fiji in a 2006 coup and has said elections can only be reinstated in 2014. The 8 men were arrested in November 2007 over the alleged plot against Commodore Bainimarama and 4 senior military and cabinet officials. Justice Madigan said Fiji had been in a very fragile state at the time of the plot. U.S. administration to block vote on Turkey genocide. The Obama administration has said it will seek to block a controversial bill describing as genocide the World War I's killing of Americans by Turks. A congressional panel on Thursday approved the resolution paving the way for a possible vote by the House. But U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton said the administration would work very hard to prevent this. Turkey voiced strong protests after the vote had recalled its ambassador from Washington for consultations. Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan said his country had been accused of crime it did not commit, adding the resolution would harm Turkish-U.S. relations.